Yeah, hi. This is Shannon Thomas again with MS Woods Real Estate, and I'm a realtor in Avon, Indiana. My website is www.sellingindymetro.com. And whoops, I'm sorry, something popped up on the screen there. I had to get it off. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of go over what items you should write into your contract there. There are certain items that become real problems. And one of them, believe it or not, is a surround sound system there. I've had them where, I mean, they are attached to the wall. Okay, normally the speakers are. But there are times when, and especially the men love their surround sound systems and they look at them as highly personal. So it can become a real problem on both sides, if those are not left in the home at the end of the deal there, thinking that they're going to be. So it's just better to go ahead and spell it out in the contract that that surround sound system is going to be left in the home itself there. So I mean, we've had the whole thing removed and, we've had pictures of them and they are, so anyway, it's just better to keep away from, those kind of issues. Another thing that, is to be very specific about items. At one point we had a buyer, the pool table was going to go with it, but, it was listed in the listing. But we wrote it into the contract and we put pool table. Well, there are other items there too. There's all of the pool table equipment and all of that. So make sure that your realtor writes in and includes those extra items there. Or you're going to get the pool table probably, some of the times anyway. Sometimes sellers understand that it's a blanket statement. You mean all of it, but there are sellers that are, they're going to leave you the pool table and take the rest. So the other thing of it is a lot of people think the swing set is attached to the land, and it's not. Most of the time, the swing set is personal property, and the seller can remove that unless you put it into the purchase agreement. Another one that is a problem a lot of times is the storage unit. Sometimes the storage unit is just sitting on, on their on a and not attached to the ground. So, you want to make sure you write in storage unit into your purchase agreement. Also, that needs to be included. Appliances should be included in there. Curtains are not a given. Even if they're written into the listing agreement, you need to make sure that, that they are written into the purchase agreement if you want those curtains there. Appliances, I always put in all kitchen appliances into the purchase agreement, even if the listing itself says, refrigerator, stove, dishwasher, microwave, all goes with the listing. You want to go ahead and include those in there. One of the items that a lot of times gets overlooked is, let's say, the garage remotes, garage door remotes. A lot of times, even if you write them in there, the seller can forget to bring them to closing. So I always try to remind them, the listing agent, that, it is in the purchase agreement, and please make sure that your seller is reminded to bring those to the closing. So, there is a difference between attached and not attached. If it's attached, then it's supposed to stay with the house. Let's say mirrors in the house usually are attached to the wall, but sometimes there are, they're just sitting on little brackets, that are in there, and they're really not attached. They're not screwed in. They're not anything. So mirrors can be a problem too. You need to write those in to the contract if they're not attached to the to the walls. Normally, I've never had anyone remove those, but, just for your information, Sometimes those bathroom mirrors are just sitting on little brackets in there. So, um, anyway, all of the light fixtures are supposed to stay with the home. Sometimes, though, the seller has written into a contract that a certain specific fixture is going to go with the house. I mean, going to go with them. So when that happens, you know, you want to make sure that you have a replacement fixture in there. And if it's not spelled out, then you need to make sure that that too is put into your purchase agreement. You know, it should be a wonderful experience for a buyer, and it just with a little bit of care, then you can make sure that your experience is going to be a lot less stress-free there. So, and you know, let's say furniture. If you want some furniture in the home, you know, it may not be that they're wanting to part with anything, but, you know, if you want something, those are personal items, and a lot of personal items okay, you can put them in the contract, okay, but a lender does not like to have personal items in there. So there's a separate form that you can add to the contract and, you know, put it in there that, you know, it's a personal offer that's contingent upon the offer of, you know, being accepted from the seller. And that's included when you send that personal agreement out. It also spells out the price of those items, and you know, usually you have to pay. The government says I think you have to pay $1 for a personal item of value. So anyway, it kind of spells out what that personal property is going to happen with that. So. If you want that part of your offer in the agreement there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast here, and if you guys have any questions whatsoever about this, you can contact me at 317-681-4044. I'm a local realtor here on the west side of Indianapolis. I do show and sell homes and list homes you know, all over, but the west side is my main area here. So if I can be of service, please email me or phone call or give me a phone call or text me. I'm a full-time realtor, and I'm at your service. Anyway, take care and have a great day. Thank you very much.